Stanley, and welcome to Disability World. Hello, and welcome to Disability World, where we discuss various topics of interest about the disability community with individuals, leaders, advocates, parents in business, education, politics, entertainment, sports, music, and more. I'm your host, Norma Stanley, and today we're going to be speaking with Miss Mary Reed, who is the board chair of Lifehouse Atlanta, which is an amazing organization that I want her to tell you all about. So let's welcome Miss Mary Reed. All right, well, we are here with Miss Mary Reed, who is the board chair of Lifehouse Atlanta, which is an amazing organization helping parents with children with disabilities find respite and find assistance with their children and care for their children. So she's going to tell us all about Lifehouse Atlanta. Welcome to Disability World, Ms. Reed.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to share Lifehouse Atlanta with you. I'm grateful to be here.
Well, we appreciate you coming and sharing about what Lifehouse Atlanta does and what it is doing for your family. And so tell us a little bit about your family and why your why you became a board chair, why you became involved with Lifehouse Atlanta.
My husband and I have 3 children, ages 22, 18, and 7. So it's a big age difference.
Yes.
But my youngest has hypotonic cerebral palsy, which means her muscles are very floppy. She has no muscle tone. She's non-mobile. She did not sit up unsupported. She did not swallow due to a 7th craniofacial nerve palsy. So she is 100% dependent on a feeding tube. And because she did not swallow, she's not able to manage her airway, which means we are suctioning her frequently to clear her airway that's clogged. So she requires 24/7 high alert extra vigilant care.
Right. You know, it's interesting. I just did a segment on caregiving. The last segment we did, and a lot of people don't realize the challenges that we go through. And I talked about Rosalind Carter, former First Lady who just passed away, and her organization that focused on caregiving that she started 35 years ago and focused on assisting parents like ourselves who have challenges, mental challenges and respite challenges and all kinds of challenges as we care for our families, our loved ones with disabilities. They could be spouses, they could be children, they could be parents. And so tell us a little bit about what Lifehouse Atlanta does for families.
Lifehouse Atlanta is in its early stages. Right now, we are focused on raising money to build a pediatric respite house that will provide palliative care to families for up to 30 days a year at no cost.
Wow.
Palliative care means a holistic care to enable the child to live as well as possible for as long as possible. So at Lighthouse Atlanta will be round-the-clock specialized care provided by healthcare professionals, volunteers, and trained staff. And when it is up and going, it will be wonderful to be able to take Catherine there and be at peace, knowing that she is in the best of hands, and she will be stimulated by all kinds of activities that they will have at Lighthouse Atlanta, like a hydrotherapy pool, art, music, a sensory room, and she will be treated like a kid, not just as a child with disabilities, but as a kid who delights in activities and engagement. And it would be great for Catherine to have fresh faces to engage with her new atmosphere. And most importantly, it would enable my husband to sleep. Because I have profound hearing loss in both ears, and I rely on a cochlear implant and lip reading. So for that reason, I do not trust myself to stay awake all night. To be looking at Catherine's monitors, making sure that she's breathing and her airway is not blocked. If my implant falls off while I'm sleeping, I will not hear the alarm. So it's up to my husband, who has normal hearing, to take the night shift when we don't have night nurses. So he has to stay up all night, sleeping with one eye and one ear open for her alarms, and then go to work the next day. It is brutal on him. And on top of that, he was the one who had to get our older two children off to school at their activities back when they were little. So it is Lighthouse Atlanta would enable my husband and myself to take care of ourselves and get some sleep and rejuvenate our relationship, our marriage, because we have no time for each other.
Yeah, I can only imagine, and that's a whole nother show, but that's a big challenge for parents of children with, who are medically fragile and, who need all-consuming care. My daughter was born with cerebral palsy also, but she is not medically fragile. She's also nonverbal. She could say a few words, but she doesn't, and she has a little bit of comprehension, but not at somebody her age. She's 35 now. And so I've been doing this for the last 35 years. But, my husband, her dad passed away at 50, 14 years ago. And so it's a big challenge on relationships, taking care of children with disabilities. And like I said, I will do a show on that in the future. But tell us about, how did you get involved with Lifehouse Atlanta, and what are you working to help them accomplish?
One day, maybe almost 3 years ago, I was looking online for resources for respite, because right now I do not have any daytime respite. I was just looking for if there was any opportunity for any program, any grant, something for respite. And I came across Lifehouse Atlanta website. And I thought to myself, wow, this has to be too good to be true. I cannot believe this place is out there. Wow. Then I realized that it was just beginning. It was not a brick and mortar place yet. It was just beginning.
Yeah.
So I reached out through the website. I reached out and I got an email within the hour And from that point, Executive Director and I started communicating. We met for lunch, and she told me about Lighthouse Atlanta's vision, its mission, and I decided at that point that I was going to dive right in and do everything I could to make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
So from there, I got involved, and now I'm the chair of the board, and our main focus is raising money
Yes,
and
yes.
procure land for Lighthouse Atlanta. Our goal is to open doors by 2027.
Mm-hmm. How many families are they hoping to be able to service?
Lighthouse Atlanta is following the model of a pediatric respite house in Arizona called the Ryan House. The Ryan House serves approximately 250 families a year.
Mm.
So that's Lighthouse Atlanta's goal, to serve about 250, give or take, 250 families a year, and each family will have up to 30 days a year at no cost.
Wow, that is such a big need, and you know, the general community doesn't really understand until we bring the awareness to them about the various needs for families of children who are medically fragile, and how, again, all consuming it is for their parents and their caregivers, which could include their siblings, as well as their parents. And like you said, it has a big impact on your marriage, because you don't have time to spend time together as a couple, because you're taking care of your daughter and whatever other children you may have, and it's just, the time goes away, and it's hard to do. It's just really hard to do and navigate. And so I God bless you, because I understand. My challenge, like I said, wasn't as severe, because Sierra could do certain things in terms of, she's mobile. She's a wheelchair user, but she can get around. She crawled around, but she got around, and she can eat. So that's not, she's not medically fragile in those areas, but it's still a challenge. And so, and I didn't find out that there's such a thing as respite until she was 14.
Oh, 14.
14.
Wow.
I know. And that's one of the things that is kind of frustrating to me, and as a journalist, and as somebody who likes to do research, and I go out and try to find things, but there's as many organizations that are out here to assist our families. If another family member, another mother, another father doesn't really tell you what's out there, it's hard to find. It's strange. I don't understand that. And it's still that way how many years later?
Yeah, my theory is my husband and I are housebound.
Mm-hmm.
With our daughter, we are not able to get out and about and go to all kinds of community activities. As families with children who are medically fragile are basically quarantined in their houses. And I think that's why it's hard to connect with other families who have children who are medically fragile.
Yeah.
It's similar to the COVID lockdown, when the whole world was on lockdown, followed in their homes. But eventually that lifted, and people started going out and about in their communities again. But for families and children who are medically fragile, or caregivers, it's like a permanent quarantine.
Yes.
And I don't have a lot of opportunities to meet other families with children who are medically fragile. So that is challenging.
It is. And so you say that you're the board chair, and the organization is about 3 years old.
Yeah.
Um, so as you're going into 2024, are there some things that you're hoping will happen in 2024 that can, kind of propel you to some of those goals you're trying to reach for 2020, towards 2027?
One exciting development in 2023 was when a national organization came into being. It is called the National Center for Pediatric Palliative Care Homes.
Mm-hmm.
Its director started the Ryan House in Phoenix, Arizona, which is the model for Lighthouse Atlanta. His name is Jonathan Carter, and
Mm-hmm.
he started the Ryan House for his son, who has had muscular atrophy.
Mm.
So Jonathan got the Ryan House up and going. Now he had just started a national organization. The goal is to put a pediatric respite house in every state across America. Right now, there are 5 states who have
Hmm.
pediatric respite houses: California, Arizona, Minnesota, Illinois, and Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
That's just 5 in the U.S. Lighthouse Atlanta is considered an emerging, which means we are emerging. We're not a brick and mortar place,
Right.
but we're emerging. But it is wonderful to have the support and the connection with the national organization
Yeah.
who will share their resources with us, and to be able to collaborate with the other houses and learn from their best practices, learn from how they raise their money, learn from how they got their houses up and going. So
Right.
that was very exciting to be part of this national organization. So I'm hoping that we can harness their fundraising,
Mm.
I think, going into 2024.
Well, how much money are you going to need to get into that brick and mortar building that you're hoping to have by 2027?
Up in Georgia, it will take at least $5 million to open doors.
Mm-hmm.
Currently, we are looking for land that can hopefully be donated or leased at a very favorable rate.
Mm-hmm.
But we are looking at the greater Atlanta area all over. So we will look for land upon which to build a house, or look at existing structure that can be renovated. Lighthouse Atlanta currently has a building committee that is looking at different types of land and buildings. So the building committee meets maybe once a month to go look at land and see what the options are out there.
Right. Awesome. Awesome. Well, I mean, I know for myself, respite is a big need still for anybody with children with disabilities, but definitely for parents who have children who are medically fragile. So, do you guys have a website? Do you have information that people can go and get more information about Lifehouse Atlanta? Where can they
Yeah,
go to get more information?
we have a website. It's lighthouseatlanta.org. And we
Mm-hmm.
are also on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn.
Okay, awesome. At Lifehouse Atlanta, that's
Yes,
your handle.
lighthouseatlanta.org. And we also have a YouTube channel in which video testimonials are uploaded.
Okay, I actually saw one of them, and it was very, very touching. I'm hoping we can maybe get a little bit of it um, shown, that we can show this when the show airs. But thank you for sharing, and thank you for you're leading the charge to try to have something like this here in Atlanta. It's such a big need, and if there's anything that we can do to help you get the information out, I know that it's all about awareness and visibility and information. So hopefully this show will help in sharing some of it.
I appreciate that so much.
Thank you. I can relate, because again, I've lived a little bit of it, not all of it, but I've lived a little bit of it, and I know how challenging it is. And you have to get that time to relax, and you two have to have time to regroup, and like you say, your husband needs to be able to sleep. So it's all encompassing, and so yeah, that is something that's a big need that the community needs to be paying attention to. So hopefully there's a way to generate the awareness that needs that to talk about Lifehouse Atlanta and what it can do and what it will do once it's established as an organization. So thank you again for coming on Disability World, and we'll have you on again as you make one of your milestones. If you achieve one of your milestones, we'll have you on again and tell us all about it.
Okay. Thank you for letting me share Lifehouse Atlanta's vision with you.
Well, that was Mary Reed, and with Lifehouse Atlanta, the board chair, and we are so excited that she was able to share her information and the vision, and it's such a big need for our community here in Atlanta. So I really hope that those of you who are, look at the show will see that this is something that we need to be getting behind and making sure that something like this becomes established. So until next time, thank you for being a part of Disability World, and we look forward to bringing you some more interesting guests in the weeks to come. Until then, you be blessed, and we'll see you soon.
Hi, my name is Cecilia Reed. I'm 19 years old, and I'm Catherine's older sister. Life with a special needs little sister presents a lot of unique challenges for my family. My older brother and I were thrust into this world, and all of a sudden our parents were gone most of the time. And my brother and I see how much of my parents' lives are devoted to giving Catherine the life that she deserves and trying to provide the best sort of life for her. Lifehouse Atlanta would be an amazing opportunity for my parents to recharge and to give Catherine the care that she deserves and not have to worry about leaving her at home with people we're not sure are going to uphold that standard that my parents desperately want for my little sister. Charles and I love Catherine, and our lives have been so much fun since Catherine came into our lives. We want Lifehouse Atlanta to be a safe haven for her and my parents, and we want you to help us make it a reality. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Mary Reed, and this is my 5-year-old daughter, Catherine. Catherine has cerebral palsy. It's non-verbal, non-mobile, and requires 24/7 medical monitoring. The lion's share of which falls on my husband and myself. Around-the-clock care puts an enormous amount of stress on our family life. But the top challenges are lack of sleep and the social isolation because her care renders us homebound much of the time. Lifehouse Atlanta would be a haven where Catherine could thrive at the highest quality of care. And she would be stimulated all day long with hydrotherapy, art, music, and people talking to her all day, which is probably her favorite thing. And my family and I will be able to relax knowing that Catherine is in the best of hands at Lifehouse Atlanta, and we will be able to re-energize ourselves and be able to pick her up fully charged again. I support Lifehouse Atlanta 100%, and Catherine, and I hope that you do too.
It's true. Look how they shine for you. Look how they shine for you. Look how they shine for you. Yeah, look how they shine for you. Look how they shine for you. Look how they shine. Look at the stars. Look how they shine for you. And all the things that you